in the car driving to the destination that we're going to catch lobster, and they are going to get us on the boat, and I'm so excited.
Hey guys, we are out here, we are in Key West. So basically what happened was last year we came out here and we said let's go lobstering next year. So we reserved the room, and in the meantime, in the last year, I bought all the gear. We came out here, we said we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out a way to get out here. These guys over here, the military, and we just ran into them. So this is not a charter. This is a personal boat, and they invited us. So what a blessing it is. We're out here on the water, Key West. It's a nice day. It's not very hot. We're about to get some lobster. They're looking for rocks. Anywhere you find rocks is where lobsters might hide.
She goes, okay, you be safe and stay by the water. And she's like, I mean by the boat. Sure, Mom, no problem. Stay by the water. We're good.
Right now, I'm so excited. We just got to our second location of swimming, and my favorite part is like jumping off. And there's like a shark over there by the pool. And
there's two big sharks over there.
And I love jumping off of here. It looks scary, and a lot of people are scared to do it, like my mom and me. But when you actually jump and get in there, you'll want to do it again and again. It's really fun. So watch me do it. So what you want to do, hold your snorkel mask, and you want to stay here and jump as far as you can away from the boat.
Okay.
That's it, like this.
Lobster, now you gotta do spear fishing. You guys just check out 3
It was really fun. And the water is so clear here, you could see like a bunch of fish.
And it's warm
Yeah.
too. Hi, honey.
There's a shark.
There's 2 of them in there.
Give me
Okay, let me help you. You're so silly. I tried telling you there was a shark in there. I want to go in there and see it.
Alright everybody, I'm getting ready to get some Florida spiny lobster. The things you'll need to do your lobstering is a tickle stick, a net, a dive flag by Florida law, and fins, a snorkel, and a mask. Those are what you need, at least, and a boat also helps. Alright, so what we're looking for is caves or rocks or anywhere these lobster can hide. So right up here in the sand, you can see when it turns from sandy to vegetation, there could be some rocks there. So I'm just looking around for different places they can hide. Right here we got a couple. There's a little hole on the right side, and there's also a lobster on the left side too. If you can see, I'll slow it down right over here. You can see him poking out right there. On the left side is tentacles. That's how you can see them. The tentacles will be poking out right there. But that's what we're looking for. Okay, this is Frank on the right side. He's the owner of the boat that he took us out on. And then the left is Greg. They're high school buddies, and we were so fortunate to meet them. Like I said, Frank took us out, but right now he's diving down, kind of inspecting this rock that they saw a lobster in. And so he's poking his hand in there to try to get him out. This one was giving us quite a bit of trouble. He never actually came out, but on this next scene here, so he comes in, Frank comes in with the tickle stick and is trying to poke him out or just get him to move. But like I said, he never came out. I think that this rock was like a dome shape or something, but he had a good place to hide. But for the most part, you can get him out, but sometimes they don't want to come out, and this was one case. The left side here, Greg is going to come up and check this other hole right down in that area. Again, that's the name of the game, is looking for the holes and then going to the bottom and checking it out. So here I'm gonna dive down and look. It's a good spot, but there was nothing in there. I think somebody might have came and harvested this area, but that's what we're doing all day, just looking in holes and You just keep doing that until you finally get lucky and you can see the tentacles. Here you go, I'm just taking the tickle stick and just poking around in these different holes. If you can't see the tentacles, sometimes they're buried deep in there, so you just want to take the stick and just try to get them to come out. And this one, I had a little surprise come out. It's a stone crab, so it's pretty big claws, as you can see. So stone crab season starts in October, so we weren't able to get this guy, but usually they'll take them and take off one of the claws, leave them with one claw for defense. But that's a nice nice stone crab. We'll wait till October though. And here's one right here. You can see, if I pan a little bit there, you can see him, the lobster hiding in that hole. So I'm gonna tickle him out. Tickle means to just either get him on the underside or in the back on the tail to get him to come out of the hole. Once he comes out of the hole, they swim backwards, and so the object is to get him to swim in the net, which he just did right there. Grab that guy. I think he ended up being a little bit small, so 9 times out of 10 we'll get a little small ones, but Pete here is measuring just to make sure. So by Florida state law, you got to have the measurement tool on you at all times. I measure in the water and then I send it up to the boat for like a second opinion or just to verify.
Yeah, I should have YouTubed that, I guess, huh?
I didn't see where he went. Look at that. Did he?
Okay, so Frank is being towed. He's trolling. He's looking down, basically doing what we would do if we were on the surface kicking, but this allows you to cover a lot more area. But once he finds something, he'll tell the boat to stop, and then we'll investigate.
Found them? Let's go further down that to the right.
Yeah. Go up further. Yep. Found some. Okay. Shot of France going down to grab a lobster she saw. She had been doing it for only about 3 days at this point, but got really good at it. She had a lot of catches, and in hindsight I wish I wore my action camera more to catch more footage of people catching lobster. But anyways, that's for next time. And it's canted a little bit up, so hopefully you can see it. This one got away out of the net the first time, so all she did was went up and took a breath and went back down and put them in the net. Sometimes, unless they run on another rock, you should be able to do it fairly easily. But hey, great job, great catch, France. This is to show you how fast these are. I was gonna go after this one until I realized how small he was, and just let him go. The water can be kind of deceiving. Things look either bigger or smaller underwater, so it's best to catch them and measure them. But anyways, that one to me was real small, so I let him go. So here's the haul today from the boat. Awesome job, everybody.
On one of the chair.
Thanks, Frank. Taking us out. So it was raining all day. It was hard to take the camera out, but this is Frank's boat, and this is all the lobster from today. Oh, see? Here it goes, thundering again.
Frank?
Can I see your shirt real quick? Can I see your shirt? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's dry. Three,
Well, of course, there's mushy.
2, 1.
Are all of them still alive?
Okay,
Some
let me
are.
take it with this camera now. Sorry, honey.
These guys are huge.
There's a couple big ones.
You know what you need to do, man? Hold it up by the thing
We
so
don't
you
want
can get a
dead
picture.
lobsters.
That would be cool, yeah. What you got there, Mom?
Like, who was the first caveman that looked at one of those and went, yummy? Well, okay. You can do it. You can do it. Nice job.
Cut his tail off! You can do it!
You want me to take your picture, Shayna?
Good movie.
Okay, let me set it down. Shayna wants to hold it. Okay, just go ahead and hold it
You
right
want,
here.
you want gloves,
Right
babe?
here.
Hold
She's
back
okay,
there,
honey.
hold in the back.
Hold it tight.
There's spikes
And
over
then
there.
you pick it up. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, whoa.
Good job, Shayna. Show Daddy.
Deadly.
Don't drop him.
That one's deadly.
It's okay. That one's
What you got there, Shayna?
He's deadly.
Put him back. Okay.
He's
Okay.
deadly.
Good job, honey.
Oh, don't touch.
Be careful, he's got spikes on the front, babe.
He's deadly. Don't touch him. He's deadly.
It's a big one.
That one's deadly.
Okay, we're at Bahia Honda State Park. This is a really beautiful park. It's mostly for swimming, but you can go out here and there's lobster out there. But right here we see, they call them African pompano, which is also known as ulua in Hawaii, little ones. But this is over like a little seawall they had, and it started to get deeper. And so I was by myself and I was gonna wait till somebody else went out. But here in the rocks on the jetty, there's plenty of lobster hiding in there. So this is just me, I guess, trying to get some of these guys out. But I learned to tickle them. The tickling underneath works a little bit, but not so much for me. So I use the tickle stick to go and tap the tail on the back and kind of bring them forward. If you tap them on the tail, they think they're running into something, so they won't go backwards. But if you use a stick and you put it in front of their face, it spooks them, and then they end up swimming backwards. But anyways, you pull them out, and then at least you can anticipate the direction they're going to change. As you can see, this one, he swam up towards the net. I missed him because of the rocks, but that's sort of how they work. They swim backwards, you tap them on the back, and then they turn towards the net. That's Shayna. She's super excited, just pumped that we caught it. She was screaming in her snorkel. It's so funny. But this one ended up being too small, so we had to throw it back. Use the measuring tool to measure between the horns all the way to the edge of the carapace. It has to be at least 3 inches. If it's not, it's too small. You got to throw them back. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this is under the bridge. It's about 20 feet of water. It was a little bit deep, so I waited. I saw Gary. I just met him that day. I saw him with his long free dive fins. Asked him if he was going. He said, yeah, let's go. So we ended up going out, and this is Gary looking underneath the rocks and just kind of inspecting, looking for a lobster. But definitely want to go with somebody, especially since out here the current is stronger. So it was good to meet Gary, and this is a shot of us, or a series of shots of us catching some lobster out here. Here you go. This is one that I caught on the pylon, and like I said, I used a technique. Tap him in the back, he scoots to the side, and then right into the net. That was a pretty easy one.
He's good, man. He's good. Oh. we're gonna transfer him in there. We gotta transfer him in there.
Here's Gary ascending from the abyss with a catch. It got a little bit cloudy. As you go down lower though, you can see a little bit better, but from the top it's hard to see with the sunlight. But yeah, this is Gary catching one too.
Long enough, I can tell. Alright. Look, though. Give him a little hold there. Got it? Look at this turret taking us.
This dive bag is a must-have if you're going to be fishing away from the shore or away from the boat. It allows you to put your catch in the bag and just take it along with you, and that helped us try to look for more. Here's a nice ray. We're about 15 feet up, so he looks actually smaller than he was. And this next one scared me a little bit, between the murkiness and then me just looking up at the right time. I don't know what it was, but it ended up being it's a tarpon, a big one. This next one shows a school of tarpon, but they're a good sport fish, kind of bony, but they're good fighters. But it was nice to see that. And then also this next shot is a nurse shark. Gary's getting pretty close to him, and there he goes.
All kinds of sharks, stingray, groupers, all kinds of stuff, man. It was awesome. And this guy right here, he caught all these dang lobsters, man. He's a lobster phenom. Eli! Woo!
Hey, it was a group effort. Hey, this is Gary, man. He's awesome. Gary, thank you so much. We went down under the bridge and grabbed a couple lobsters. So Gary's going to tell us his channel. What's your channel? What is it?
Breath. And my name's Gary Steedman, S-T-E-E-D-M-A-N. Hit me up on Facebook.
Awesome. Gary, we'll connect.
Oh, these are some to-do lobsters.
What do you catch that with your hands?
Yeah. And a stick and a net. He caught one with a... I usually top them unless they're in the hole. Then you gotta get this stick.
Gary, thanks, man.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, here's 3 lobster. It was our last day. We didn't have anywhere to put them, so we were just kind of messing around, I guess. You can see the big one is backing up. I had the tickle stick in front of his face, so when you do that, like I said, it spooks them. They go backwards. I guess I could have moved the smaller one out of the way so I could tap the big one behind the tail and pull them out. But again, just more ways to show you how the stick works, or doesn't work in this case. But here's another nurse shark. He's a real small one. That area where he's hiding right at the top of the screen is a real good spot for lobster. There's always usually lobster in there, but today he was inhabiting that place, so there wasn't any lobster to be found. But he's a real small one. Greg spotted this. I didn't even see this, but he found it there. It's a spotted scorpion fish. It's actually venomous, so if you somehow accidentally stepped on him or he got you, it's poison, so you could have a pretty bad day. And then Greg also saw this one here. It's a spider crab. So this crab is unregulated, meaning the other ones have like the blue crab and the stone crab have seasons. This one you can pretty much catch all year. There's limitations, like only 5, per catch. But in any case, we could have grabbed him. Just Greg and I were leaving that morning, and so there was nowhere to put him. But he's good eating. Next time. How'd it go? Good?
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you guys go to the same spot?
We got, I'm going to get as many. We got like, what, 9?
Really? How's it going?
Fine.
Good? Good. So you guys must be tired.
No, I have a bunch of legs.
Oh, is it 4 now? There's one with 4 legs on each side.
Really?
Well, I marked mine.
Actually, you made me take them off.
Well, I was holding it. It was trying to, it would have eat you. It would have bit you.
Oh, nice. There you go. You guys get a big one?
I think these are our biggest ones.
Yeah, not quite as big as the 2 yesterday, but
Yeah?
a couple of good-sized ones.
Did you guys go to the same spot?
We tried.
Yeah.
We didn't really hit like the same spot,
Yeah.
but in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
And no
No?
rock piles.
Really?
So we just kind of followed our spots all the way out. And
Oh,
We
we're-
got close, but we didn't. We left when the stores started coming in yesterday. The mother low.
Really?
She saw 7, then 20, and we couldn't get back to that thing.
Yesterday? Wow.
the first hole I saw 2, but they looked huge. You got them in the net,
Yeah.
that big, and then I ended up getting one, and I had to
Yeah.
chase him out, and I finally just said, I'm not going back up, and I just kept going after him, and I got him.
No, they wanted to check out like other spots, so we just.
I wanted to go back to the last spot.
Me too, but.
I mean, she saw 20
Yeah.
and 7. That's where we should have started.
Okay, sadly it's time to leave Key West. We packed and we are on our way to Miami. Everybody's very excited, but it's shopping time over there. But Key West has been a great trip. We've been looking forward to this for the last year. And then in the past month, work has been busy, so we just couldn't wait to get out here. Last year we came and it was more all about the touristy things. There's so many things to see here. But this year it was, actually I did a lot of lobstering, pretty much every day. So next year we come, we're just praying we can have that opportunity. We'll have a good balance between lobstering the first couple days and then relaxing. But we hope to have some of you join us next year down here at Key West. Like I said, it's a great time, a beautiful place. Every place has beauty of its own, and we just enjoy coming down here, shopping, being on the water, fishing, all that stuff. So I would say the best thing about this trip for our family was all the friends we met. France, Peter, Greg, and Frank. Thank you guys so much. Man, Frank, I met Frank the first morning we got here, talked about lobstering. He asked us if we want to go on the boat. He didn't know us from anybody. He invited our family. The kids had a great time. We had a great time. We're so thankful. So Frank, I appreciate it. Appreciate what you and friends do. Thank you so much. And I met Gary at Bahia Honda. I was going to go out and I guess deeper dive in 20 foot of water. I didn't know anybody else out there, and I don't want to go by myself. I met him, so he just came out with me. We caught about 3 lobster and had a great time. So Gary, Jasmine, nice to meet you guys as well. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Spencer Adventure. Aloha, mahalo.